Szanowni Państwo, w dzisiejszym wydaniu Kuriera Chicago mamy artykuł umieszczony na stronie 4. Dotyczy oczywiście spraw związanych, spraw prawnych, a chodzi o środek chemiczny, który używany był w farmach, a nie tylko, w indywidualnych gospodarstwach. Nazywa się paraquat i używany był on od 1964 roku. W tej chwili toczone są procesy związane właśnie z tym środkiem chemicznym, który jest przyczyną powstania choroby Parkinsona. Między innymi sprawą tą zajmują się przedstawiciele prawa, czyli prawnicy. W tym wypadku mówimy tu o Cushing Law Office, a przedstawicielami tej firmy to są John Cushing oraz Mike Cushing. Welcome, gentlemen.
Hello, Adam. Thanks for having us. Adam,
Okay.
It's always good to be with you.
Yeah, that whole thing will be in English, and they're gonna say in English,
Okay.
and we're gonna have a nice Polish lady, Polish-speaking lady. Nią jest Aneta Latti, która będzie tłumaczyć całą dyskusję, a jest to dosyć długa sprawa. Więc, gentlemen, welcome, and microphones are yours.
God bless you, Adam. You've always been kind to us. First off, I'd like to introduce our law firm a little bit to the people who are listening. My partner and son, Michael, and I have been trial lawyers for over 60 years, helping people and victims and families who have been hurt and killed, helping them get money that they deserve for their injuries, so that if they're not able to work ever, or if they're not able to work for a time period, and so that they don't lose their apartments, their houses, their property, and they don't get sued for their medical bills. Because a lot of companies that are involved in lawsuits, they play games, and we're here to help you so that you don't have to worry about that. Many of you have heard of us and know us over the years because we've been very lucky to have Adam invite us to talk on Radio Poponii, 1080 AM on the radio on Tuesdays for about 12 years or so. Although we don't do it at this time, we've been gracious. He has graciously allowed us to do it for many, many years on Tuesdays. And as recently as this last month, I'd just like to say that we continue to help people who are hurt and injured and killed, seriously maimed. And we have recently had another settlement of multi-million dollars to help victims of such injuries. So we're still in business, we're still working hard, and we're here to help you. Today we're here to talk about a little bit, though, more specifically, a very dangerous chemical called paraquat. It is a chemical that is widely used in the United States as a weed killer and is often used by farmers and has been worldwide use for over 60 years. Since at least 1964, it has been used in the United States. So paraquat is a chemical that is used to help kill weeds and other grasses, oftentimes for farmers that use it for their crops. But that's not the only use that it has. The name of the manufacturer normally is called Syngenta, Syngenta, and its brand name is often used as Gramoxone, Gramoxone. I have to tell you, I can't remember those names. The name I remember is paraquat. And the purpose is that we're talking today is that paraquat is the base chemical used in this weed killer, often used by farmers over the years, especially here in Illinois. Also, another use of this chemical is done by park districts and forest preserves who use it on their golf courses to help maintain their grasses and to kill and curtail their weeds. As far as crops go, it's used by farmers who grow corn, soybean, wheats, all sorts of fruits. And it's usually sprayed, it's usually sprayed before the crop is planted, and then at the very end, killing the long, wide leaf weeds that grow and strangle the crops. Now, the thing that we found that's interesting about paraquat is this. It's a very dangerous chemical, and it's illegal, and it has been banned in over 50 countries around the world over the last dozen or so years. Now, dozens of countries that still allow its use still require that that it must be sold only in a limited fashion and sold only to farmers and only who have purchased a license to use this dangerous chemical. It's so dangerous that even where it is licensed and allowed to be used in the United States, it cannot be sprayed from an airplane, which you may have seen or seen in movies or such, that crops and things will have crop dusters that they'll spray it from an airplane. Well, this chemical is so dangerous that it's banned even in the United States from being sprayed from an airplane. So number one, over 50 countries have banned the use of this dangerous chemical completely. And even in the United States where it's allowed, it can only be done when you have purchased a license to use it in a limited fashion, and it can't be sprayed by an airplane. It's too dangerous, even for this chemical. Even though it's been banned around the world in many, many, many different countries, this illegal chemical, this dangerous chemical, in 1 year, an example, in 1 year in the United States, over 7 million pounds of paraquat have been sprayed on crops. Over 7 million pounds. And it's sprayed over 15 million acres. So even though it's illegal in many, many countries, still used in the United States, we have sprayed in 1 year over 7 million pounds, over 15 million acres of crops. Now, we know that United States, we're spraying millions of acres. We can't spray it from a plane. It's banned in over 50 countries, and we still have dumped over 7 million pounds of this chemical on our fields for crops and other use that kill weeds. In the United States, because this dangerous chemical is now affecting people very seriously and injuring them permanently, over 70 lawsuits have been filed in this year, in 2021, against the manufacturers of any weed killers that use this chemical paraquat. So currently, as of this year, we started filing lawsuits in other firms against the manufacturers of paraquat and the different companies that use it as a base for their weed killing product. Kind of as a side note, Michael and I have gotten involved in this recently because it turns out a cousin of mine used a chemical spray for lawn service in the Park District over 15 years, killing weeds and grasses, and he now has Parkinson's disease, and it is permanent. It has caused him to be completely disabled, and it is progressive. It will get worse. So our cousin has got it, and we are bringing a lawsuit on his behalf, and it has helped spark our interest in going after the paraquat manufacturers around the country. So we've mentioned the word paraquat several times, and we know that it's the basic chemical in a lot of these weed killing products. But what does it do and how does it hurt you? Well, it turns out that in the last dozen or more years, scientists have gone deeply into this investigation and have found that exposure to paraquat can cause symptoms in people, shaking and tremors, that are irreversible and uncontrollable, and ultimately cause the person to become completely disabled. These are typical symptoms and problems found with, the disease that a lot of people have, Parkinson's disease. Now, everyone that has Parkinson's hasn't been exposed to paraquat, but people that have been exposed to paraquat that subsequently get these tremors and the rest and are diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, science in the last dozen years has shown that there is a connection and a causal connection between even a small amount of exposure to paraquat can cause the permanent debilitating disease of Parkinson's disease. So it's not even like you have to, like our cousin who was part of a lawn service for park districts that sprayed dangerous chemicals for years. You may have been exposed to this chemical, but only for a brief time, even once, if you're unlucky. And it can get into your system, and it can embed in your brain cells, and it can cause these tremors, which are permanent, they are progressive, they will eventually cause you to be unable to work and to do the things you enjoy in life. And it is a very, very sad situation because it can't be cured. And we now know that paraquat can cause this terrible, debilitating condition. We understand that it is something that is rather new in the industry. You might see all of a sudden, you'll see maybe some commercials advertising that paraquat can cause this. Well, we are with a group of lawyers out of Texas who we have partnered with, who are leaders in this area and have been doing this type class action work for years. We encourage anybody who hears this, or anybody you may know that has Parkinson's disease, has been diagnosed, or has Parkinson's-like symptoms. In other words, they have tremors or trembling, they shake, and it can't be cured. At best, it can sometimes be, you can be drugged and those symptoms can be lessened, but it doesn't go away. And it does, in fact, get worse over years. My partner and son, Michael, and I have been fighting on behalf of victims who have been injured our whole careers. We have over 60 years experience. We have been very fortunate to have a very large Polish community population of our clients, much to the gratitude that we give to Adam Ositko and his generous ability to have allowed us to speak to you directly over the radio, WNWI 1080 AM, for over a dozen years. We can't thank Adam enough. We also have Annetta Lacey, who is with our office manager. If you're a Polish client and you have some concerns about, well, John doesn't look like he speaks much Polish, well, you're right. But we have Annetta here who speaks Polish all the time, and we are more than happy to service people who might be a little nervous about their English, who might say, well, you know, Cushing doesn't understand it, he doesn't know it, but we're here to help you. We hope to be able to take care of all of your situations where you may have been injured in any case, but also specifically today, we want to warn you and alert you to the dangers of this chemical paraquat and our drive and desire to help all people who have suffering from it. So with that, my partner and son, who is a terrific lawyer, I'd like to allow you to listen to him just for a second and tell you.
All right. So many of you have known us for years through the radio and through Adam's generosity. And you know that we're honest, we're hardworking, and we can be trusted. We're not just focused on getting you results in the courtroom, we're equally focused on supporting you through the entire litigation process. You are our #1 priority, and we always make sure to put your needs above our own. your best interests come first. So if you believe you may have been exposed to paraquat and you have been diagnosed with Parkinson's or are experiencing Parkinson's-like symptoms, give us a call. We can ensure that you will get the full compensation that you deserve.
All right, thank you very much. And Adam, thank you very much for allowing us this opportunity to speak to your many followers.
Thank you. Drodzy Państwo, ten wywiad, który obecnie oglądaliście, możecie zobaczyć, albo znajomi mogą zobaczyć go na YouTubie, na stronie Radia Polonii, na stronie Kuriera Chicago, a także na Facebooku. Gentlemen, Mike, Jan, thank you very much. And
one thing, Adam, I've just got elbowed. Annetta in the background has reminded me to say that people that need to get in touch with us, we have our website is online. You can always get it. It's cushinglaw.com. And you can get directly to either Michael or myself on our specific website. I'm at jcusing, jcusing, at cushinglaw, cushinglaw.com. And Michael is
mcushing, mcushing, at cushinglaw.com. Or you can call us on the phone, 312-726-2323. All consultations are free.
Jeżeli ktoś chce mieć szybko treść tego, co dzisiaj żeśmy rozmawiali, to proszę zakupić kurier i na 4. stronie do przeczytania jest wszystko to, o czym żeśmy rozmawiali. Gentlemen, thank you very much.
God bless you, Adam. You've always been a good friend.
Thank you,
Thank you, Adam.
and see you soon.
See you soon. Take care. Be safe.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.